gonna keep it moving and grooving. Ladies and gentlemen, we were here last week talking about the Tampa game. We all had pretty high expectations, and unfortunately, they did not come to fruition. Tampa is a playoff team, and Tampa got it done. They beat us 37-20, but we are going to look positively, man. So I'm going to go around the table. I see you already standing up, my guy. Anton, I'm going to come to you, man. First game of the season, what are your takeaways, man?
I'll say this, like, we are a team. We got a lot of room for improvement. That's all I got. Like, we faced an already proven playoff team. Yep. All right. It was like a high school versus college game. Like, okay.
It looked that way.
Now we was at that it was like that was the cadence of our game. But I'm saying, like, I really feel we had a lot of room to grow. And I could see where we can be at. I could see it.
I can dig it. Yeah, I mean, and look, there, if you were to hit me up last Sunday, and I know you guys did, there was a lot of negative. I was ranting and raving. I had a whole bunch of things to say, but I've watched the game 5 times over in its entirety, and in that look back, things, you see positives, you see things that can be improved on, and things like that. Alex, what are your thoughts after that game of obviously the quarterback, but also the entire team?
Yeah, like you said, bro, a lot of negatives and some positive, definitely. I ain't gonna say it was a lot of positive because we really did get beat down, but I think it was we just need to take our time. You know what I mean? Just like Anton said, man, we need to gel. Tampa, they've been down this road. I mean, it looks like they got their playoff team ready to go. I was hoping that we get the terrible Baker, because you know how Baker can be hot and cold. That's the Baker I was hoping we get, but we didn't. Right. We didn't get that Baker. We got the Baker. We was putting hands on though. I was happy with the D line. Yes. They was getting after him, but they just missed him by just a hair. You know what I mean? Just a hair. We should have sacked him at least about 5 times. But Baker, man, he's getting better. He finally found a home. He struggled with Cleveland, then he went to the Rams, and now he's finally found a home. So he's comfortable over there in Tampa. I feel like if we played Tampa around week 10, it wouldn't have went like that. But, respect to them. We still a young team. We trying to gel. Everything is new. People need to understand everything is new. To the coaching staff, to the schemes, to the players. You know what I mean? We also got that. Not to mention we got a new quarterback that did shine. He did shine to me. I think he did. He looked good. He looked good. He had his moments. He struggled a little bit, but again, it's gonna be that. It's gonna be a rookie, but he looked damn good.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
No, absolutely. And to that point about Baker, a little thing that we did not know before the game. Baker, the offensive coordinator that came to Tampa, was the offensive coordinator that was with the Rams when Baker was over with the Rams. So this guy knew Baker already knew offense, yeah. He knew the offense. He was already familiar with what was going on. So he
I didn't even know that.
And all that stuff. So yeah, Baker, and now it doesn't take away from a lot of our missteps. So we
correct, yeah,
ourselves for sure. But that definitely, knowing that, it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, that makes you understand why he was so comfortable.
Right.
Because
right.
I honestly thought there was a lot of stuff we did good. We talked about how we missed 5 sacks, but we were in his face all day, and we got good Baker. This guy at his best was the best player in college football one year, so he can be dominant. And we saw that he was able to do that once he got in here. Scott, what's going on, man? So look, and Scott, Rams fan, he had Baker for a little bit of time. You know what I mean? Baker has that kind of, when he's in a place where he's at home, he has that kind of comfortable feeling. Yeah. When he was at Cleveland before things went sour, he had those guys riled up. He had all the commercials. They were winning and all that stuff. You see what happened now here. With us, both your points, we have a lot of work to do. And
I mean, I'll go with Alex on that as well. Like when we talked last week, we both thought we were going to get bad Baker. It was first game of the year. We thought, he wasn't going to be that percentage. He showed up spot on. I could see that our boys were trying. And I mean, there was the efficiency of, there was hands-on Baker. Like, They just couldn't get to him. Allen had him like 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Where all he had to do was just get the other hand on him, and it would have been a sack.
And Deron Payne, bro. Deron got him. Yeah.
Who's the other end around?
Armstrong.
Colin Farrell.
Yes. Armstrong.
Yeah.
That's getting there. So like they're touching him, which means if we have a slower quarterback out there, that's potential. But I'm looking at that's the notion that these guys are going to fight harder. If they see Baker in the playoffs, they know how to push harder. Mm-hmm. At that point, they know, okay, that's a goal right there. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like in a preference of like, there's a lot to learn. They could see like, all right, the first quarter Baker towards like fourth quarter Baker. This man was already confident by fourth quarter because he was making almost all his passes. Mm-hmm. And that's the difference of like another quarterback we could face down the year.
Yeah. Well, not only that, the big difference is people need to understand this is still, even though that was week 1, it's still like preseason. You know what I mean? Like finally the starters.
There's a lot of rust.
Yeah, it's finally the starters get to play 60 minutes because in the preseason games, Bobby Wagner didn't even play no preseason games. You know what I'm saying? So people said Frankie Louvu struggled. He probably did. It was his first game. Like everybody struggled. There was no really. Yeah, absolutely. And this was, hey, and don't be surprised with the game that we got today. We're probably going to struggle a little bit too. It's still early. So if we play like this, like versus Tampa, if we play like this in week 5, week 6, then we're going to have some major questions. But it's early. You know what I mean? We got to gel for sure.
And, and your boy is doing it. I'll say, I really think once he starts knowing his wide receivers and they're like actual like feet and speed, it's going to be a different story because you can see like who he wants to throw to, but he doesn't know the timing of his wide receiver yet. So when he does, it's going to be dangerous.
I can see it. Yeah. I can dig it. Well, yeah. So, but like we talked about, we are that was last week.